Yes, sir. We're back again for episode number 2 of the We Here Now podcast. And it's actually funny because I said I wasn't even going to name the podcast, but I ended up just like titling like that. But the thing is, when I post to YouTube, I can't just like post it's got to be some title, So I just kind of came with that and ran with it. But we here for the second week. I'm gonna give myself a little round of applause, little soft round of applause. You know what I mean? Because I could have stopped last week, and I think that's the goal, just to stay consistent with these podcasts. I mean, whatever comes out, that's what I'm gonna put out, and I feel like as long as I do it every week and I stay consistent, I ain't got no choice but to get better. You know what I mean? Like the first podcast, they're gonna be bad. Like compared to like where I'm gonna take this thing, like these gonna be bad. Like I'm probably not even gonna look back and watch these in the future because I know like where I'm gonna take it and how much better I'm gonna be at it. But we here now. That's something to accomplish. Yeah, shit. It's a great feeling. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I kind of talked about this last week on the podcast. I've been wanting to do podcasts for a while, but it's like I don't know. Clearly, I wasn't that motivated to actually do. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses for this and that reason, but like clearly, I wasn't that motivated. But now that I'm actually in the pocket, I got the first episode going, and I'm recording episode number 2. We just gonna keep carrying on from here. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, that's gonna happen. I really don't have a necessary goal of where I'm gonna take this podcast, but I know one thing that I will take from this podcast is I'm gonna get better, and that's something I'm actually looking forward to. So now that we are back again from last week's podcast, shit, it felt good to finally get that first podcast out. Like I kind of touched on just a little bit ago, like obviously like they're gonna get better. I'm just glad I actually put them out. I'm not gonna sit here and break down the whole podcast that happened last week. But what I will say, last week's podcast was only 9 minutes long, so like I definitely want to do like a little bit longer podcast. But like I'm also like solo dolo, like it's just me for all the topics to keep the conversation going. So like all of it is still new to me, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, like it's just me. So like, I want to at least get these podcasts up to like at least a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm not trying to do like 9 minutes again. I feel like that's a little bit too short, but like I think it was also key for me to have that first podcast, so like I was able to build off it. Like even now, like, I feel like it's definitely gonna be longer than 9 minutes last week because like last week it's like super early and just kind of like introducing the podcast, kind of give you like a little bit about me, but not too much. But at the end of the day, like it's gonna be my podcast. I'm gonna do this every week, so like you guys are gonna learn about me like as we go along. But like I'm also not just trying to give you guys like a whole discography of like where I'm from, where I grew up. Like when I talk about certain topics and stuff like that, it's gonna remind me of certain situations from back in the day, and I can kind of like give you guys kind of like a little update of my upbringing. I don't think I would do you guys any justice just coming on here and just being like, yo, this is me, this is what I do, this is where I'm from, and all this, because like at the end of the day, like I'm damn near talking to myself right now. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the hard part about first starting out is like knowing like a lot of people not gonna be watching it, but like still staying consistent, like wanting to get better as you keep going. You know what I mean? I think that's just one of the things that'll just naturally come out. You guys will get to learn about me if you guys don't already know me. I feel like a lot of the viewers that I have right now, you guys already know me. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to get somebody to listen to a podcast. So let alone like a new podcast, like it's definitely gonna be it's hers for sure. But we here, and I'm gonna keep talking about these stories and have to reiterate when the platform gets a little bigger. I'll do that. But for now, we here and we're just gonna keep pushing. So enough about last week's podcast. Let me actually talk to you guys about my week/weekend. I'm trying to think. I didn't do anything crazy. Like I'm usually just like working, just editing, just trying to do whatever I can as far as like the camera side of the business goes. But I was a little busy during the week. I had to take my dog to an appointment. So I made a vlog about it. Like I don't know if I'm like still gonna put it out because like I don't know. I didn't get that much stuff like when I was actually in the hospital. Just like me kind of explaining like pretty much what happened. But now that I got a podcast, I don't even got to make a vlog. I can just put it in here and boom, you already know what's going on. But but really, so pretty much my dog, like dogs get these little, they call it anal sacs. It's like these little bubbles, you know what I mean? If you have a dog, you might know what I mean. Like it's very common. It's like nothing crazy, But back in January, when I was in Florida still, I had took her to the vet because like I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of look a little crazy, you know what I mean? But like she was due for her vaccines anyway, so I was like, all right, cool. When I go get her vaccine and stuff, I'm gonna have them check it out, you know. So I ended up taking her to the vet, and I'm telling the people like what's going on, like yo, look at this. Is there anything I need to be worried about? So I'm telling the doctor like kind of like the history, cause like even before like in January, I noticed it was really bad. It only made me want to say something because like I saw the same thing like maybe like a month prior, you know. So like now it's like twice. Like first it went away and then it came back. So I'm kind of like, okay, let me just kind of keep an eye on him. And the vet, he was kind of thinking the same thing too. Like, well, just keep an eye on it. If it gets any worse, you know, just kind of even then when he said if it gets worse, he didn't really say what to do. He's kind of like, hey, yo, like if it goes away, cool. If not, not what? I don't know. I guess take it to the vet or whatever. So, yeah, I went down, and then all good, but like it will like periodically pop up and then like go down a little bit. You know what I mean. So like it never really wasn't concerned, but then like one time I saw it, it was like it was like real bad. It's like right when I first got back to Florida from Cleveland, and we were up at the lake, just like my literally like not even like my second family, like my family. Like I posted a vlog about my little sister on the channel. Y'all don't get to know about all that stuff. But anyways, I was up at the lake with them, and like yeah, I saw it, it's like yo, you gotta like take that to get it looked at because like dogs be having like toxins if it bubbles up, and I'm like damn that actually does make sense. But like I'm also thinking like why didn't my vet just tell me like you know what I mean? Like he just made it seem like it wasn't really anything, you know what I mean? And if I did have to get it like taken care of, he didn't really like specify like what it could possibly be, because I feel like if when you saw it and you a vet, like this is what you do, you know what I mean? So like if you saw it, you kind of be like, okay, like this could be this could be that. It was just like nothing. It's like okay, if it goes away, cool. If it doesn't, schedule an appointment. It's like, damn, what am I scheduling an appointment for? Are they gonna charge me again just to look at something that a vet already looked at? So I'm like, what are we doing? I'm trying to figure it out, Anyways, Daddy Frank had ended up telling me like, yo, it's the toxin or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna get her taken in. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of bullshitted with it too. I didn't bullshit with it because like I just didn't think it was that serious. But like the same thing, like a couple days after that ended up happening. Like this on the weekend, like it went down again. Like it damn near went away. So I'm like, all right, we good. But this happened this is like early June. I want to say like last week in May, like early June type shit. And I finally was able to get her in, and the lady I took her to, like it's this place out in Warrensville, Center, like a place I don't normally go to because I got like my dog's main vet that I take her to, and they're like, "Yo, we not gonna be able to get you in for 2 weeks." I'm like, "Okay, like that's dead. Like we definitely can't. Like not about to wait like no 2 weeks." Because I just talked to somebody before that, and she was telling me like, "Yo, you gotta get her in like right away." I'm like, "All right, cool. Like I'll bring her right now." She's like, about a 3 week wait. I'm like, damn. So this person told me 3 weeks. Another person told me 2 weeks. Like, so I'm like, I gotta figure this out. So that's how I found this other place in Warrensville, and I was able, to take her up there same day and everything. And like, I'm talking to the vet, and she's like, yeah, like I take my dog in all the time. Like, well, not all. I don't want to say it's like a weekly thing, but like she'll take her dog like once a month to get that little anal sac removed. So she's like, oh, like that's all it probably is. You just gotta get it removed, and like you gonna be good. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I can live with that. And she's talking about it's only like $22.50, like $22.50. I'm like, bet, let's go ahead and run that. You know what I mean? If that's all it takes, if I gotta pay like the little $22.50, I'm gonna throw the $22.50 because like it ain't $23, it's $22.50. I hate when people like just round up like this 6:17. You tell me it's 6 o'clock. Like it is not no damn 6 o'clock. It ain't 6 o'clock. It ain't 6:30. It's 6:17. Like I really need you to be exact with that. But anyways, I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I'll just pay that little every month just to get it taken care of, and then boom, I'm good. So she takes her back. She come back. She's like, yeah, it's like a little. She got like a little. It's actually a tumor there. I'm like, jeez. I like, and with me, I try not to think the worst all the time because I'll be feeling like my dog can maybe like feel out that energy. Like if I get a little worried or I don't know, call me crazy, but that should be real. That energy should be real. So like, I'm trying not to like really like act like it's a big deal. You know what I mean? She's going through the steps like, yo, blah 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 blah. It's gonna be this much, this much. It's like I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, I'm in my head. I'm thinking like, it's not even an option. You know what I mean? Like, you telling me it's a tumor? Like, a tumor can be cancer, all type of shit. You're not just about to have your dog just chilling with a tumor. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll go to the front desk. Like, obviously, I'm trying to get it done now. And it's like, you want to get that done? I was like, hey, yeah, go ahead and run that. Like, it was. I mean, after everything, it came out to be like a grand for everything, but I ain't give a fuck if it was like 4 grand. It's like, man, go ahead, take all that for real, cause like, you know, your dog, you gotta look out for your people. And like, my dog, she never really had like any surgeries before, so this is the first time like she ever had to get a surgery done. So like, it was definitely like, it was fairly new. Like $1,000 to get a surgery for your dog is a lot, but like, I've also had this dog for 7 years. I never had to pay for surgery. So like besides like the food and like when I had to leave to go place and get her boarded or whatever the case may be, like I really didn't have to spend like a big chunk like that like off the rip. You know what I mean? Like even when I got her, like I got her from a kennel. Like they paid by the pound when I got her. She was 61 pounds. So you're talking about $61 for a dog? It's like that's sweet. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel like I lucked out. So it's like as far as that procedure, I didn't care about the money. You know what I mean? So this was this is a couple days before I actually got her scheduled on a Tuesday. We were able to get the appointment set up and everything. But as far as the appointment went, the appointment was, or as far as the surgery went, because this is the first time she gets surgery, like it went well. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly how. When she saw me again, I had to drop her off for a couple hours. Like she was definitely excited to see me for sure. And that's another thing I also didn't like because like they take like I had to drop her off at 8:30 in the morning. They don't do surgery for the dogs for like they got like a window like 12. It's like 12 to 2 or like 12 to 3 o'clock. Like they'll do the surgeries, you know. So I'm like, all right, that's not bad. Leave her for a couple hours, you know. So like he calls me like right before the surgery starts. Like, yo, what do you want to do with it after? Usually we send it to the lab to make sure it's not cancer. It's gonna be extra. Like, all right, cool. Like just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Because if it's something more, I don't want to have to just get the surgery and the thing is done, and then like a couple weeks later or whatever happens, you know, it's gonna be something more serious than that, you know. So I'm like, go ahead, little $189, tack that on too, and like, so they can actually figure out what's going on, you know. So he's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get surgery started soon. Just like right before like 12 o'clock or some shit. So like he calls me again, like at it's like one, it's like one. It was early. It's like 1:19. Like I'm trying to be exact with the times because you know I don't like that round enough shit. But it was like 1:19. He had called like, yeah. It'll be. She just got out of surgery. You know, everything's fine. You know, usually about an hour and a half to pick the dogs up. But like, we'll give you a ring when that happens. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I'm just chilling at the house. You know, no, I think actually I was editing the vlog, but I mean, I wasn't doing anything where like it really mattered like time strain. Like, oh, I need to get this done now. I got like a small window to do this and then do this. Like, I was chilling. So like, you know, this is just what's going on. You know, so. And that's one thing about me. I'm super passive, like when it comes to like shit like that, because like if I'm a short, like I'm a short all the way. Like I low key got, I don't want to say I low key got a bad term, but like I just don't like tolerate like certain bullshit. You know what I mean? But like these people are like working on my dogs. So, like I'm not about to be rude to them, be rushing them, all type of shit. So like an hour and a half went by. And I still didn't get no call. I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, she's still a little drowsy, whatever. She not ready to come out just yet. You know, it's all good. Another hour go by. I'm like, okay, not trying to rush somebody, trying to respect, you know, the job y'all do. But at the same time, it's like, yo, what's going on? Like, y'all could at least give me a call, update me something, let me know what's going on. But yeah, so now it's past hour and a half time. He says, all right, cool. I'm getting another half hour. And if my math is right, that'd have been like 3 hours, some change, roughly. I feel like that's plenty of time. You told me an hour and a half. I gave you double the time. And I threw in a little 30 piece for you. Just, you know, just to make sure everything was good, you know? So at this point, like, it hit that mark. I'm like, man, I gotta call him. Like, yeah, I'm trying to check up on Camilla. They told me like an hour and a half. Like I ain't like 3.5 hours ago now. Like can we see what's going on? Like, oh yeah, Camilla ready to come. Boy, you ain't nobody. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I ain't gonna turn up on the vet people because I still gotta pay too. So it's like I ain't trying to be giving nobody an attitude and they got the credit card and all type of shit. You know what I mean? But just haven't been waiting mad long just to get a call. But like when I picked her up, like she decided to see me and you know got back in the car, instant rides. As soon as she got out of surgery, straight to the bathroom because I'm assuming they not walking the dog and like she couldn't eat from like 12 o'clock midnight the night before into like all the episode of surgery, like no food, no water, nothing like that. And like she really hadn't eaten her dinner from the time before, so like, I know she was probably hungry as hell. But like, I was surprised as soon as we got the vet off, she dropped a deuce. And those one of the things. Like me, I'm always the person that pick up the dog shit. I'm not one of those people because like I got a bigger dog too. So like, I lived in like neighborhoods before. It's like I got like one of the bigger dogs. Like I walk my dog around. So like they see like big ass dog shit. Don't matter if it's her or not. They're gonna try to put it on her. You know. So I used to be extra. Like even when I see her taking shit, I look around a couple times. Who might flap the bag real loud so somebody hear me, and then I pick up the dog shit. You know, but. This case scenario, I didn't have no doggy bag, I ain't no grocery bag in the car, nothing like that. And we outside the vet. I'm not saying that that's my job, their job, or anybody who's ever on poop patrol. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All I'm saying is, it looked like a poop graveyard. It was loads and loads of shit. Like it was so much shit. It didn't even look like no grass for. I was kind of skeptical of letting Camilla back in the car. Like, damn, you just fucking. We were trying to avoid all these fucking poop mines. And now you about to get in the whip. But it's like that's why I didn't feel bad for not picking it up. But I won't say I did feel a little bad. But at the same time, like, I see like everybody else kind of do it. It wasn't my intention to purposely delete the shit. But like that's kind of how it crumbled. But after we got back to the house, she was definitely a little drowsy because like if anybody got a dog out there, you know how hard it's like to grab your dog tongue. You know what I mean? She was laying down, literally just tongue just sticking out. You know what I mean? Like she up, she not sleeping. She up. It's just like I don't know whatever drug she was on had her shit like unmobile or whatever it is. Like she was fucked up for real. But other than that, she was pretty normal. Besides that, like she kept like looking at me. That's the first time like she was ever like looking at me like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like she give me the big old eyes. I go to pet her. She just looking at me like, man, something don't feel right. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know who this is right now. But I mean, nothing a little rush. Can't fix it. That's pretty much what she's been doing. Like usually I'll bring her when I come to shoot the podcast and shit like that. But like, I got out the crib just chilling right now. She got her little. I know, y'all, dog owners, y'all know how I feel about the damn cones, but at the same time, like she got like stitches. You know what I mean? So like she can't really like pick at that. You know what I mean? I got my people at the house though looking after her, so I mean she'll be alright. But after I shoot here, I'ma obviously shoot back to the crib. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on, Camilla. Like I said before, I had a vlog, but like it's just easier just to talk about it than make a whole video because I didn't get that much footage anyways. But that's pretty much what's been going on. And then I had to go to the doctor's the following day. I feel like I should save this for get like a little more views because I feel like I'm gonna have to tell the story like all over again. But like, I'm gonna tell the short story now. If I really have to break it down, like I'll talk about it because like, I don't really talk about it like unless somebody actually film. But like I've been part of this research study for alopecia. So like bald head, like all type of shit. We took whatever. It's a little research like to help you try to get your hair back. So like I've been doing that. Like I just went. I went on Wednesday, and that was my 23rd visit. So you go like every like 4 months or some shit like that. So I've been doing this shit since like the beginning of like 2020. Like that shit definitely helped a lot before because like as far as like my face hair and shit like that and. The brows, that's a different story because like sometimes my shit be air, but like sometimes that shit be now I don't even care though. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like how I grew up anyways. Like man, I got jokes. Like motherfucker got some jokes. Like believe me, we can joke. We can joke all day. I'm hilarious. Like we can really go back and forth. Sorry, I need a little bit of that espresso. But yeah, like we can go back and forth, but. I was there for a study, all good. Like you actually, it's a lot of wild shit. I won't say like a lot of wild shit, but like, it's certain like side effects you have with taking the medicine and shit like that, like the placebo or like the actual real drug. But like my shit been cool. Like it didn't really like mess me up, It's been keeping me straight. But like I said, I was there for that, and then I'm leaving. So like it's just imagine like a downtown office, you know what I mean? Like it's a big ass building. It's got the parking garage, like when you got to wrap around like a couple times. So like my point was at 9, so I'm there like kind of super early, but it's like it's a hospital where everybody there early, you know what I mean? Like that's not really early. That's like 8 o'clock. That's like well, I got that like 8:30, like right before 9. That's like normal time for like anybody working or anything going on. Like that's normal, So like it's hella people. So like I'm on. I'm telling you, it's probably like 8 floors. It's kind of weird how they number. It's kind of like 2A to 2B, and then I don't know. It is weird, but like it's technically on like 4 floors. But like every floor technically got like a second. You know what I'm trying to say? It's got like another addition. It's just another way to like level the floors. Like 2A, 2B. So that's just floor 1, floor 2 type shit, and it just goes all the way up like that. Man, it's jumping on. Like I'm all the way at the top of the building. Like I'm to the point now where like it's like I said, it's a parking garage. I got sun like hitting the whip. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm all the way up. I'm on the top of the building. I'm on top of the parking garage. I'm not even in the parking garage type shit. But that's my point. I'm leaving. So like I said, I'm all the way at the top. So like I'm going down like 8 floors, just wrapping around, wrapping around, wrapping around. Like it's kind of crazy in there because like how they have it set up. You ever been in a parking garage? Like, everybody kind of it's a standard parking garage. It's nothing crazy, like a regular ass parking garage, but like it's narrow. So like it's parking spots all on both sides, pretty much wherever you driving. But like it's also super narrow depending on how somebody parked. So I'm coming down, wrapping, boom. It's kind of I'm seeing I'm coming from the right side. They come from the left side. So like when I'm pulling around, like I'm pulling it like all the way around. So I'm damn near hitting the cars on the right hand side of me when I'm driving. You know what I mean? Because it's so narrow, people come out the corner unexpectedly. So like if you speeding, you might fuck around and smash somebody's shit. I'm not trying to get into an accident at the hospital, but that would be convenient for whoever got into an accident with me. It's like damn, like the hospital right there for your ass too, like for real. But I'm coming down all the garage floors, and like this old dude, he like I said, I'm coming around wide, and he came around wide too. So like when he come around wide, he damn near about to hit me. But like when you like, I'm not the type of person that got like road rage, but like everybody knows what I'm talking about when the road rage shit is happening. When you see somebody being a little bit too extra in the car, little, see the veins popping up in their neck. I'm like, oh, he got a little road rage. But before I can even know, it's like he really about to like stop or like give me any type of aggression, he get to rolling his window down. I'm like, okay, I'm roll my window down too. So like me, I'm not like I can contain myself. Like we can have a conversation, and whatever happens from there is gonna happen from there. I'm like I said, I'm trying to be safe. I'm trying to go home. I don't want no problems with nobody. But at the end of the day, like if you feel some type of way, you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. So like I said, he wrote the one down. I wrote the one down. I'm just looking at him. I forget what he had said. Something about the fuckers can't drive or something like that. But I wasn't about to hit him with no girl. Just rolled the window down, kind of looked at her, I was like, what you say? He just rolled the window down. All right, but like I said, everybody trying to go home, my boy. Like let's keep it cute. But and that's the other thing though. Like being in a hospital setting too, it's so many old people just driving around. Like they all looking for the handicap spots, but there's only so many fucking handicap spots that's like super close on every floor. You know what I mean? So like a lot of times we'll just be driving around, which probably gets them irritated as I would imagine. But it's like, don't take it out on me. I'm just a young gun just trying to go about my business, get my medicine, and be out the way. But like also, pause. I was going once every 4 months. So like I'm always in this parking lot, and I was on my 23rd visit. So like I've been there a bunch of times. I always had to deal with this, but like I don't know. It really don't be that big of a deal, but it's just like you gotta realize some motherfuckers got road rage. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm down to talk before it goes in and runs. But like, bro, people are crazy. Like, just if you out there and you run to anybody road rage, I don't care if you in the suburbs, you in the hood, like wherever you at, man. Just keep driving, bro. Like that shit don't even be worth it. Like how many times have you had like road rage and you really been mad somebody did some clown shit and it's just like couple minutes later, like you done already forgot about it. You know what I mean? Or you might have somebody, another driver who do like a good gesture. Like let you over, even though you supposed to bend, get over back there. There's a big ass sign telling you to get over. Your ass still didn't get over, and somebody let you over. It's like, all right, cool. That little road rage shit that happened before. It's like that shit is gone. But it's like it's I don't know. People are crazy, especially when it comes to that road race. That shit is just so instantaneous. Like you can see somebody who like never really get mad about something over some road race shit. And I get it. It's also different because like everybody got cars and shit like that. Like if you bump me, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? Like that's not like no little fix. Like if you're lucky, you get into a fender bender. Maybe you like lose a mirror or something like that. But like when you start to crack the body, like you gonna pay some fettuccine for that for sure. So that's why people be so antsy. Like I said, you see somebody who ain't never been a road rage get mad because you didn't almost tap their little kid soul, boy. I tell you. y'all better be cool out here. Them's the ones you gotta watch about. Like people who really don't get mad, they're really the one that do something crazy like in road race because they don't get mad. Like they don't even know how to control that anger when it gets to that point, you know. But I mean, shit, it is what it is. It's safe out here. Besides, you know, motherfuckers saying superhero road race, it's something that kind of warms my heart to see. It's summertime here. I'm in Cleveland, and all the kids outside now where I live at, it's not like I don't live. I'm gonna put it like this. I don't live in the suburbs. You know what I mean. So it's gone where I live at. You know, but like it's cool because it's summertime because all the kids be outside and actually like playing outside. Like everybody always be talking shit like, oh, these kids, these generation, like you don't never see them playing outside. But like you also got to realize like people are having babies at like different times. So it's like when you might be in the neighborhood, it's like, oh, nobody's playing outside. But like it could be all like newborns, like 3-year-olds. Of course, they're not gonna be outside. They're gonna be what they people are like having their little play dates or whatever, friends. So it's like it's different. But like the kids in my neighborhood, it's like a wild range. Cause like my neighbor, he got kids too. I don't know how old they're. They're probably around like that. That's I want to say like that 6 to like 12. It's a couple of them that kind of roll around. But like they actually outside. Like it's still kids that really still be outside. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing shit like that. That warms my heart. But it's like, man, I love to see them playing outside. But it's like I kind of be caught in the middle sometimes because like I know what it's like being a kid. Like you outside and like you literally just outside. Like everywhere you at is part of outside. You know what I mean? The streets, the fence, the grass, like whatever that's outside that encompasses where you can be, where you can play at. Like you gonna make everything like playable. You know, even if you got a bunch of kids on the porch, they're gonna turn everything on that porch something to play at. The little beam gonna be something that they can stand off or jump off. Like they're gonna make it work like with whatever they got. You know. But they was riding their bikes in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? Like they kids, they riding the bike in the neighborhood, but like one kid he in the wheel, he in the crazy wheels too. Like he's probably like 7 years old, but he probably like wheeling like 2 or 3 houses, you know what I mean? But it was just so crazy because like they also in the middle of the street. And I know some people be like, damn, like, man, these kids gotta be careful, they in the middle of the street. Like I do agree with you, they do gotta be careful, but like you also gotta realize like these kids aren't going like block to block to block to block. They literally they're on one block and one block only. So like as far as them playing in the street, like that shit gonna happen. Like they might need a little more space to throw the football around or wherever the case may be. It's just like they do gotta be careful, but at the same time you gotta let kids be kids. Like people be forgetting like at one time that was us just doing dumb shit. Like why the fuck like is y'all playing in the street? But at the end of the day it's like they kids. Kids can find fun or play a game out of anything. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, especially on the bike, I was a little bit different because like I had a development, but like it wasn't like right on our street. Like we had like a playground, we had a little park, hoops, like we had all that shit, But like a bike, man, everybody agree with me. If you around my age, like, I'll be 27 next month. Everybody know like your bike was like your first car, like a bike, a skateboard, a scooter, any of that shit was like any means of transportation was like your first car for real, Like you got a bike. You got the pegs on it, front pegs, back pegs. You was kind of lit though, because I know a lot of people you just had, the bike wasn't new, so it's like whatever pegs came with it, came with it. Like sometimes, you got the little BMX how they do it. They put like the pegs on both on one side, like both on the left side, like both on the right side. So like you only got 2 pegs. Like you got front and back pegs. Oh, you bought that from the stove, probably for sure. Because ain't no way you just pulling up with 4 pegs, But pegs used to be convenient as hell. You didn't even need 4 pegs for real because that'd be kind of crazy. Like you got 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back, pause, and somebody riding the bike. Man, that's gotta be a strong ass bike to be on 3 kids. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like y'all gonna be moving, but y'all ain't gonna move them fast. No, yeah, y'all definitely ain't gonna be going nowhere. Have that many motherfucking people on the bike though. But that was like a cool way to get around for. I mean, that was the best way to get around at the time because like especially you just had like you got like two pegs. Like if I ain't have my bike, but I got my pegs on me, and the homie got his bike. I mean, riding that motherfucker, yeah, right on the pegs. Oh, that used to be the worst. So if you were the homie, he got his bike and you ain't got no pegs, he ain't got no pegs. Gotta sit on that motherfucking on them handlebars. Man, that shit used to be so uncomfortable. You in that motherfucker squeeze like this. Like, and the homie who riding the bike, we the same height, so he can barely see over me. Damn, like he kind of looking off to the side, or I'm the eyes, for the damn ride. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, shout out to my homie James. Y'all gonna be hearing a lot about him because like me and James we used to do everything together. That was really like my brother. You know, he locked up right now, but I've been knowing James since we was in fourth grade. So I've been knowing James for a minute. That was like really like my dog too, like everyday type dog. You know what I mean? It's like his mom is like my mom, and vice versa. You know what I mean? If I'm not at his house, he at my house. We always locked in together. Like if you see him, you don't see me right with him. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till that boy get out because honestly, damn, he been in there like 3-4 years now or some shit like that. So he been locked up for a minute, but I mean, he be home soon. I can't wait till he get home because when he come home, he definitely got to get on the podcast, and we gon' like I said, I went to school out in Shreveport, like a little bit closer to Canton. I went to high school in North Royalton. As far as like that whole Streetsboro chapter, like James has been a part of, like that whole chapter. So like it'll be nice like having him back on again because it's been some years since we was back in the Streetsboro days, but it'll definitely be good to have him on. You know, he can tell some of the wild stories we used to get into. I mean, we wasn't that crazy. I mean, we was definitely a little reckless, but yeah, but it's just having like that true brother. Like I knew, like if I did something with James, like I know, like he gonna be right there with me. Like if we together, like we not about to let anything happen to each other. And that's just what's going on. It's like having that strong loyalty. Like I can't wait to get him home. I know y'all can't wait to get him home. Y'all just as I am. That's the interview the fans want. That's crazy because that's the same one I want. Damn, y'all done damn near read my mind and shit. But no, that'll definitely be tight. And damn, yeah, just seeing those kids ride their bikes in the neighborhood, like it really had me thinking like back in the day, because like they always try to make it seem like kids are not playing outside, but like I don't think that's the truth because like honestly, I think it's just based off the age gap. Like you could be in the development and like it could be a group of kids from like 1 to 3, another like 6 to 9, another 12, like whatever the case can be. Like y'all all not having kids at the same time, so like it's not gonna seem like that many kids outside. But like all the kids like in smaller groups that are too young to even be outside just, ooh, excuse me, just playing in the streets or whatever. Like they're too young anyway. They're just gonna be playing with other kids that, ooh, excuse me, that are their age, and they're probably just gonna be playing in the house. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't want to say like I hate when people say like, oh, this generation, but like our parents' generation, like they're like convinced like kids is like not playing outside anymore. But like, kids are definitely playing outside, but it's like it's kind of it's different. Some of them might got a basketball hoop and they all at the one house playing, but it's like as far as like you seen like kids just walking straight like back in the day, like the shit is different now. Like we got iPhones, like it's not nearly. I don't want to say it's nearly as safe as when we were young, because like when we were young, we can get away with a little more shit. Like I said, I'll be 27 next month, but like right on the tail end of like not having social media to like having social media throughout high school. You know what I mean? So like back then, like man, like bro, it was way hard to like keep in contact with kids, and like it was just your parents had like a little more comfortability, like you'll be okay. I don't know if it was comfortability or they really just ain't give a fuck or they couldn't do nothing, but it's like it was different. It's like I can be fucking damn near a whole city over and it'd be cool. I'm with the homie James or with my other homies, whatever the case may be. So it's like it's not really a big deal, but I think it's definitely different now. Like with the social media era, like way more easy to track people and find people. So like it's different as far as that kids just flooding the streets and shit like that. Like that shit is not about to be happening like that. But what do we want to talk? Oh, I'm definitely gonna touch on this because I don't know how people feel about this, but this is something that's been catching my eyes. I've been seeing it like probably the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck are we going wrong, or are we actually going wrong? Because this NPC shit, for some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, the non-player character, whew, it's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was watching this podcast back on Fig, and they were talking about it, and they were actually like, fuck, we just gonna get on TikTok live and just do it. And they was doing it. I'm outside in the garage smoking. I'll be honest with you, like that's like secondhand embarrassment. I got like my neighbors outside. I'm like turning this shit like all the way down because like people just repeating emoji, repeating emoji, repeating emoji. So I say all that to say, like, is NPC good or bad for society? Now, I have my own thoughts, but go ahead and take a second to think about that in your head. Oh, y'all said bad just like me? Fuck yeah, that shit is bad. But I do understand like some things are phases, they come and they go. But like as far as the NPC shit, like that is interesting, not in a good way, just because like it's to the point now you don't even have to have your own personality. You know what I mean? You can literally just get on TikTok and just whatever the case may be. Just this might get to a point where people are like actually like acting like this in real life, and that's one thing that kind of worries me a little bit. It's just like people just reacting, and like I got a couple that I saw that like kind of suck. I won't say suck in my head, but I can repeat. But like I don't want to repeat because that's how embarrassed I was like hearing the shit on the podcast yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Listen to the podcast yesterday because like, damn, like you don't even have to have a personality anymore. You could literally just, oh, fucking, you have anything to talk about? Shit, just go in here and you can just do this, and people gonna fuck with you, and which is like I said, I don't know. It's a phase, and I don't even want to say just like the young kids doing it because the people I saw were older doing it. It's like, damn, like like people are getting paid off doing that shit for sure, but it's like all good money ain't good money. You know what I mean? So I think that's always something to keep in mind, just like from a deeper standpoint, from like even with all this social media shit going on. Anyways, it's way different than when a lot of us were younger. But like I think they're just adding another layer. It's like, damn, it's like you just say a bunch of emojis, repeat yourself. It's like it's no thought process at all. Literally, like you just are doing it. Like your thought process comes from other people just wanting you to say shit in general. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Hopefully, this is a phase. If you have any of your younger ones, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. But I don't know. Let your kids be kids and like actually have like some fucking personality. Because like NPC, non-player character, you want to act like a non-player character. I think in the word itself, like why would you want to do some shit like that? Anything that has non or no before, I don't want no parts of it. To be honest with you, like why do I want to identify myself as nobody? When I see NPC, that's the first thing I think about. Oh, you're like identifying as nobody. Like, I mean, I guess it's different because like it's technically like it's like an AI or whatever the case may be. But like, I don't know. Teachers on. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I'm gonna wrap it up here soon, but is one thing I wanted to talk about. Kind of been popping up on my Facebook a lot. Like I really don't know what's going on. Like I just know like one side of it, and I'm not also like engulfed like social media. So, like I always don't be knowing what's going on. But I don't know. I guess some country singer Jason Aldean, he did some racist shit or said some racist shit. Like I'm only saying that because it's based off the reaction I'm seeing. What I've heard is something. I could look it up, but like the thing is, I really don't care about it that much. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I'm bringing it up for a reason because somehow, some way, when you have a certain demographic, it doesn't matter if it's country music, it's metal, it's rap, pop, whatever. I feel like the people who dive into that genre, I mean, it's a reflection of the people who listen to whatever artist is a reflection of, the actual fans. You know what I mean? So even if he did some wild shit, like let me just get to the point where I'm trying to make the reason I bring this up. I bring this up because the only reason why I saw it because like I went to the suburbs, a school out in North Royston, and the people who actually listen to that music, like I went to school with them. Like it's crazy because like the same people who actually like that music now, like going hard about Jason Aldean, like he didn't do anything wrong and all this other shit. It's like the same people that like would dip into the black culture as well. Like I feel like if you white and you say nigga, I feel like that don't make you racist, but I feel like you are obviously taking you're because you're listening to music, you're interested in just the culture in general. So like you feel like don't sound natural, but like y'all feel just natural saying it. But it's like it's fun just to see like some of those people who were on that side like kind of change totally for this Jason Aldean thing, because at the end of the day, like it's like I feel like you can listen to whatever you want to listen to, but I feel like when you like dive so deep into it, like you are like a reflection of that person. I think that's kind of where the issue can kind of be um, exactly what I just said, an issue. I think that's where the issue lies right there, But I definitely wanted to speak on that because it's just funny, and I wouldn't even say these. I think I might have said friends too. Like, I don't consider these people my friends. Like they're acquaintances. They're people I went to school with. Like even if I saw them in public, I might not even say nothing to you. You know what I mean? Because I feel, for me at least, I was just dealing with life gives you. You know what I mean? Like I end up going to school like not predominantly, like literally like a white school. You know what I mean? So as far as the with the country music and the racist shit, is like I just did what I had to do just to kind of get through that process of my life. Like I wasn't gonna let that shit hold me back. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, this for 4 years I gotta do is and deal with these people, and then that's it. But like it's interesting seeing like how some of the kids I went to school with have turned out. I was like, damn, it's definitely like a pattern. You know what I mean? And not to get confused, because I still have friends that I went to high school with, but like it's like the people that like maybe I was like friends were like or cool with, like in high school, and seeing how they react now. I was like, oh, that's why we don't talk now, because you feel a certain way. And like teach his own. Like I don't like you believe in what you believe in and stand for what you stand for, but like when you stand for something, I was I thought I was gonna be stand for, if you don't stand for something, you fall offended. Nah, I wasn't gonna do that. I was just saying in general, like when you stand for something, I think like you it's personal to you. Now it's like if somebody's saying something about that person, like now you're like emotionally invested. Like if somebody's saying it to them, it's like them saying it directly to you. Now you offended, and that's just what I'm seeing with the Jason Aldean thing. And I just want to touch on that because I can draw directly back to me, which is what I'm going to do on my podcast thing that apply to me and that I care about. I'm going to speak about it. And that was just one thing I was able to tie it back. But that's pretty much it. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Express for y'all that didn't know, I'm kind of new on the coffee thing too. Like probably like a year, which a year isn't like super new, but it's still kind of new. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what kind of coffee, like difference between medium and dark. I still really don't know. But what I do know is if I go to SB, I'm gonna give me a dirty child for sure. And my homegirl Gabby, she had put me onto that. It's like I think it's like a chai something, like maybe like a coffee with an espresso. Like I fuck that. Before I was just original, I just get like some some French vanilla. Black people love French vanilla. Like that's got to be like the main flavor. You know what I mean? Is French vanilla. And like that's also like that's what my mom drank. That's what my auntie drank. Like everybody growing up around me, like they always drank like French vanilla. So I'm just like, oh yeah, French vanilla is the way to go. But like now I'm getting like a little deeper into it. You know what I mean? Pause. But like I got this from Sheets. It's damn, I threw away the motherfucking receipt, but like it kind of confused me because like it's what I'm not gonna explain. It pretty much is a dark espresso. That's all I'm trying to explain. If you coffee drinkers are out there and you feel where I'm coming from, the coffee shit is new to me, but usually I don't even drink coffee this late, but I shot my podcast a little bit later than I had planned on. I want to give you guys a little something. I'm about to come in here and be boring. Like it's Saturday too. I'm not going out tonight. I'm going to the little sisters softball game. Gonna take some videos, get her mic'd up and shit. Which I think I talked about. Yeah, go back. Whatever. We up out of here. We here now. The second episode. Damn. Yeah, and shout out to y'all if y'all watching. Can I get a like, a comment, a subscribe? Because most of the people that gonna be here now, at least like y'all only know about this because you know me personally. Like I get like a comment might be a lot. I get that. I may be asking for too much, but a like, you can like a video on a guest account, and that, yeah, you like a video on the guest account. Just Subscribe on another content. Show your boy some love. I'm out here. I'm working. I'm on shaking. So I'm gonna give y'all some good shit to talk about. And yeah. Wow.